The first time I went to prison, I actually got locked up in the South Philly area. It's like really, I call them ruthless environments.
The rap industry has seen a lot of hard-working individuals who come from rags to riches stories. Their rap game and lyrical skills have caught the attention and favor of many fans of different ages. One of them is the Philadelphia-born rapper Meek Mill. He was part of the short-lived rap group The Bloodhounds, then continued to perform as a solo artist upon the group's disbandment. He worked with several big shots in the industry such as Rick Ross and Drake. So what's the story behind Meek Mill's life? Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to our channel where today's topic is Meek Mill. We'll be covering his background, career, net worth, lifestyle, and how he spends his millions, so stay tuned to know more. But before we proceed further with today's topic, make sure you've already hit that like button and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on so you'll be notified as soon as we upload a new video. Who is Meek Mill? Meek Mill is an American rapper, songwriter, and activist who was born in Philadelphia. He got his first record deal with the American rapper T.I. Later on, Mill signed under a different record label, MMG, under the rapper Rick Ross. He has several singles that entered the US Billboard 200 such as Amen, Tupac Back, I'm a Boss, and Going Bad. Aside from music, he also has a documentary series that revolves around his battle with the criminal justice system called Free Meek, which was released on Prime Video. He also served in prison for a time in 2017 for violating parole and served 5 months at the State Correctional Institution, Chester, in Chester, Pennsylvania. What was his story before being an artist? Born as Robert Rihmeek Mill on May 6, 1987 in South Philadelphia, he grew up in poverty raised by his mother Kathy. He has a sister named Nashima Williams. The family relocated to North Philadelphia. To make ends meet, their mother started cutting hair and doing other odd jobs as well as shoplifting for the family to survive. As a young boy, the young Mill was very shy and rarely spoke. As a kid, he became acquainted with one of his father's brothers who worked as a DJ and went by the name Grandmaster Nell. Grandmaster Nell was a well-known name in the Philadelphia hip-hop scene in the late 1980s, which served as one of the influences of Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. From him, Mill develops a love for hip-hop, drawing influence as well as other hip-hop artists such as Vodka and Chick Raw. As he grew up, he started rapping, and it wasn't long before he partook in rap battles during his teenage years and went under the name Meek Mills. Like many other rappers who's starting, he also wrote verses with which he filled several notebooks. Later on, Mill and 3 of his friends decided to form a rap group and called themselves the Bloodhounds. They did everything by themselves and bought blank CDs and encouraged friends to burn their songs into them and distribute them. And it was also during his teenage years where he first got in trouble with the law. When he was 18, he walked into a store armed. However, he got arrested by local authorities for illegally possessing a firearm and was beaten up by the police. One of his braids was ripped out, and he also suffered from a swollen lip as well as both of his eyes as a result of the beating. He was charged with assaulting the police after 2 black cops implicated him in the case, saying he chased them down with a gun and tried to kill them. Because of what he did, he was placed on probation. Highlight of his career as an artist. Mill started his career as a musician with the Bloodhounds, but his raw talent and lyrical genius propelled his career as a solo artist. Despite being on probation, the Bloodhounds managed to release 4 mixtapes, but in 2008 he released the solo mixtape Flamers 2, Hottest in the City, which contained the hit singles I'm So Fly, Probably, and Hottest in the City. The mixtape proved to be instrumental in his career as a solo artist since it caught the attention of Charlie Mack, founder and president of 215 Affiliated Records. Impressed with his work, he was immediately signed to the records, and in the same year he met the rapper T.I. in 2011, who was the founder and owner of Grand Hustle Records. Like Mack, T.I. was also impressed with his skills and offered him an opportunity to travel, to meet with him and Warner Brothers Records. The meeting was successful, and within a week, both record companies offered him a deal. In the end, Mill chose T.I.'s company, saying collaborating with the rapper was an opportunity of a lifetime. Unfortunately, it was also during this time that he was arrested due to illegal possession of firearms, and he was released in the following year in 2009. Upon his release, he worked with DJ Drama under Grand Hustle to release the 3rd installment of the Flamers series entitled Flamers 3, The Wait is Over. In 2011, Rick Ross announced the signing of Mill to his record label MMG, where he produced his debut single Tupac Back, followed by his second single I'm a Boss, which also featured Ross. The latter was remixed, which featured T.I., Birdman, Lil Wayne, DJ Khaled, Swiss Beats, and Rick Ross, and entered the Billboard Hot 100 and peaked at number 51, becoming Mill's most successful single at that time. The same year, in August 2011, he released his mixtape entitled Dream Chasers, which was received warmly, and the following year, he released the second installment entitled Dream Chasers 2, which was downloaded 1.5 million times. It was also announced in the same year that Mill was signing with Roc Nation, Jay-Z's label. Under Roc Nation, he released his debut studio album Dreams and Nightmares, which was released in October 2012. Following an album release party in Philadelphia, Mill was detained by Philadelphia police after a car in which he was riding was pulled over. No charges were filed, and Mill was released from custody. Dreams and Nightmares debuted at number 2 on the US Billboard 200 chart with first-week sales of 165,000 copies. In 2013, he released the 3rd installment of the Dream Chasers series, Dream Chasers 3, which featured guest appearances from Rick Ross, Akon, Future, Waka Flocka Flame, Whale, Trina, and Jada Kiss, to name a few. Initially, it was announced for a May release, but got pushed back to September 23. 2013. In 2014, he announced his new album entitled Dreams Worth More Than Money, which was released on June 28, 2015 and topped the Billboard 200 as of the issue dated July 18, 2015. He then hinted at a mixtape in the making called DC4, which was planned to have featured a remix of his enemy Drake's song Back to Back and a remix to Drake and Future's song I'm the Plug. But unfortunately, due to DC4 being released commercially, neither of these two remixes made the final cut. He released DC4 in October 2016, then released his third studio album entitled Wins and Losses on July 21, 2017. He announced his fourth studio album, Championships, on November 16, 2018, which was released on November 30th. The album received a lot of positive reviews and entered the US Billboard 200. In June 2020, Mill released his protest song, Other Side of America, amid the protests following the killing of George Floyd. What is Meek Mill's net worth? Working more than a decade in the music scene, Mill has accumulated a hefty net worth that's no easy feat. As of the moment, his current net worth is approximately $20 million, with his earnings coming from album sales, tours, merch, concerts, and brand endorsements as well. What's his lifestyle and how does he spend his millions? Despite earning millions in his name and craft, Mill pretty much keeps his spending to a minimum, although he does indulge in a few luxuries here and there. Not much is known about the rapper's spending habits, but it's known that he has enough money to live comfortably and lavishly. Mill has 3 children, of which his third child's mother was his then-girlfriend Milan Rouge. Rouge gave birth to the child on the rapper's 33rd birthday. Back when he was dating fellow rapper Nicki Minaj, the then couple opted to rent a Beverly Hills mansion for $35,000 per month rather than purchasing it. The two separated ways in 2 years, which proved that it was an economic decision. Aside from that, it seems the rapper also spoils those close to him, especially his family members. In a tweet made back in February 2020, the rapper said, "Spending millions on friends and girls. I always wondered what do y'all do for your grandmoms, aunts, brother, sister, mom and dad, the people who was there before the friends and women came. It gotta be triple. If there's one expense we know that he paid handsomely for, it's his legal fees." Because of his trouble with the law, Mill was said to have cashed out a whopping $30 million in settling his case through the years as reported by Rolling Stone. Aside from that, Mill is said to have several bones to pick with other artists such as 50 Cent, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, The Feud, and even his ex-girlfriend Nicki Minaj. His most popular yet is with Drake, which spanned 2 years and spawned several songs. Thankfully, the two buried the hatchet in 2018 after his release from prison. Other than that, he's an outspoken activist, most especially because of his decades-long experience with the US justice system, which led him to become an advocate for criminal justice reform. Along with Jay-Z, he became the co-founder of the Reform Alliance Foundation. The foundation's motto, "No one should be locked up for everyday life, being broke, visiting a loved one, going to a family barbecue, picking up your kids, missing a meeting." And with that, we're wrapping up all we know about the American rapper Meek Mill. Hopefully you learned a lot about this artist's life in this video. Before you go, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. When you subscribe, don't forget to click the alarm bell icon so you'll be notified of our newest releases. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you again next time.